Hi, do you want to see chaos in action? Just come to the Buipe Livestock markets, especially on Mondays, which is their market day, the biggest livestock market in Ghana. And of course, we won't be here without the livestock man himself, Fred. See where he's sitting, but hey, we are here at the Buipe Livestock market in the now Savannah region of Ghana. And let's go talk to Fred. I mean, I have not seen this scene before. Let's... There is so much going on. Let's just go to Fred. Hi, Fred.
Hi, Nadia.
I mean, this is my first time. I don't know. What number of times is it for you?
I don't know. Maybe fifth time, sixth time for being here, yeah.
For this particular cattle section or the goat section?
For this particular cattle section, yes.
I see. Why? Any particular interest?
Yeah, I mean, every livestock farmer, when you're starting, this is one of the biggest places that you will come to get your breeding stock, you know. So when I was starting about 6 years ago, this is where they brought me to buy the cattle that I needed to breed my farm.
Oh, your cattle days. This is where you came to get the breeding stock. And has it changed or it still looks the same, the whole scene?
It looked the same. It looked the same, but now I come with a different eyes. You know, I have more experience. I know better. So now it's a very mixed feeling from the first time I came here. How excited, how I wanted to buy everything I see here, to the point where now I'm like, I'm not gonna buy anything from here.
Let's do some comparison now with what you said. So the first time you came, what did you look out for, and how different is it from today? If you had to buy another stock, what are the things you would look out for compared to the first time?
Yeah, so I think the first time I was a new farmer. I wanted to go into cattle farming. I came with like a lot of money, maybe 100,000 cedis. I wanted to buy as many cows as I can. So I got introduced to a Fulani man who was taking me around.
You entered that chaos?
Oh, yes.
Did you get pushed by an animal?
Oh, I got chased, but not pushed, but chased thousands of times. You know, when the animals are coming, they will say "kafra." That means they're sorry before the animal even hits you. So
they've apologized in advance.
yes. And then, you know, the moment the animals get out of the truck, they are disoriented, they are aggressive. So then they start running. It's very dangerous to be in here. So if you haven't been here before, it's an experience. But be careful. It's very dangerous here. Yeah, so when I came, I didn't really do the selection. I had a guy who was doing it. I was buying the Gudalis, so that's what I was really looking for.
I'm told the Gudalis are the most expensive breed. I just got told by somebody here.
In Ghana, yes, it could be because they could get the biggest, right? Gudalis can get very big if you feed them well. Most farmers don't like them as well because they eat a lot. And if you don't have a pasture for them, even in the dry season, you see them becoming very lean. So a lot of the farmers do not like them. But yes, if you have feed, they could become the biggest.
So you tell me the first time you didn't do the selection yourself. The guy did. So if today you are to buy another stock, what would you look out for? I'm sure there is somebody listening for this answer. So next time they come here, they know what to look out for.
Yeah, and then even with the selection the guy did, what I realized is that we took them back and we had to, we lose many of them. We had to treat all of them from diseases. So most of the animals that come here are not, it's hard. I will not say are not for breeders, but if you're a breeder and you're buying for rearing, you need to be very, very careful. Yesterday we were here and a lot of the animals I saw were sick and wounded. And that's why the farmer will bring them here to sell them, you know. So all these farmers, you can see the truck coming. They have 1, 2, 3, and they're in the bush. And with about maybe 60, 50 heads, depending on the size. And when it's a market day, they will pick the ones they don't want at their farm and bring it to this market. And that's why they are not carrying all their 60 here, but they are bringing 2, 3. And they will look in their head and say, okay, this male is not good. This female is bad. Let me bring it here.
I really like this point because just yesterday when we were here, like you said, we saw a lot of the sick and wounded ones. And the last time you mentioned this in one of the videos about how farmers would never, willingly sell their best stock. there was somebody who was aggressively disagreeing. But just come to the grounds and you will see for yourself. Obviously, it's not like what runs through all the time, but that is the reality on the ground, on the average. So today, you've still not really given me a particular answer. What would you look out for, apart from obviously the sick and the wounded?
I mean, if you're buying for breeding, if it's a female, you want to look at, different thing. If it's a female, the point that comes is you want to look at their hips first, right? You want to look at their back to see, if their back has any issue. You want to check their breast to make sure that their breast is good as well. But if it's very young, then you're not going to see the breast, but just the structure alone should be able to help you. But if it's a male, here you can trace, you can have record, you don't know who the father is, you just pick. You just need to make sure it's the health that you look at. The rest is a lottery.
And sorry, talking about breeding, I've seen some very little ones, very, very little. So those ones, what would you look out for? Because just by their age, they are so tiny already. Do you just gamble and pick and say, I'm going to fatten this up? Or the way they are small? Please say something about them for me.
Yeah. So yes, most people come here to do the fattening program. So they will buy small weaning cows, calves basically, and then take them to their head. They have food. Now the rainy season is starting, so there is food for everybody. So people are buying to take to their farm so that they can feed them and gain weight so that they will sell them later on. That's why you see a lot of them buying small ones. Others are also buying big ones because personally when I'm buying livestock, I like to buy those that have given birth before so that, they are probably crossed already or they can give birth right away. So some people are buying a bit matured ones so that they can breed them. Others are also buying for the abattoir. So all these cars that you see here, they're going to be loaded, going to Kumasi, going to Accra, and so on and so on.
I actually thought that when you mentioned livestock markets, it was just to come by for consumption, for the abattoirs. But now I'm told that others also come here to choose for breeding. Maybe I'll end the session on the question of what to look out for if you are buying for consumption. I know you are not exactly into consumption, but what would you look out for if you were to purchase? Because I've seen how aggressive they are making some of the animals, and I'm told even the well-being of the animal affects the quality of the meat. So if I'm eating the meat of an angry animal, please say something about that for me. What would you personally look out for?
I think the most dangerous thing and the one thing I'm very concerned and hope to change in the industry is when the animals are leaving, there is a vet or an institution that makes sure that you get a vet paper. But who is checking the health of this animal at this stage, right? Who is checking the medication that was given to the animal? A lot of the antibiotics that we give to this animal, we have to wait 21 days before eating their meat. So if an animal come here sick, that means that the farmer has treated yesterday or the day after. That means that antibiotic is still in the system. And then we buy it from here, we take it to Kumasi, to Accra, to wherever, and we kill it the next day. What happens, right? So I think that's more concerning because then the hormones are passed on to humans, all the antibiotics are passed on to humans, and I think that is such a serious issue that we need to address. Aside that, you talked about the stress, the way we handle our animals is not the best. This has to change. This cannot be the future of livestock farming. We have to build proper markets, proper loading stations, proper farms that people can come and buy and take. This is not sustainable, and I don't know how long it's going to take us, but we have to do something about this.
Ooh, we have to do something about it. I saw one of the herdsmen hit the animal so hard with a cane, the skin burst open. And on this note, let me remind all livestock farmers that the well-being of your animal is very important. I heard a livestock farmer say that always make sure your animals are happy. I laughed and I thought it was a joke, but actually it's not. Stress does affect them and you don't want that for your animals. So, still here at the go-to channel for everything livestock information. If you are new here, listen, we bring you such good, informative, interesting content back to back to back, and you don't want to miss that. So just stay here and do this journey with us. To all of you out there who have already subscribed, thank you, but go a step further, hit the notification button for me. So who knows where next we'll be bringing you livestock content from in this part of the world. I wouldn't want you to miss out on that. So today, reporting from the largest livestock market in Ghana, the Buipe Livestock Market. It is all out from the entire Farming in Africa team to you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.